Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial and more allegations on Madhabi Puri Buch. More allegations by Congress. Let's talk about that. Let's get right to the show. So Congress is going all guns blazing after Mrs. Madhabi Puri Buch. One allegation after another, and that too quite serious allegation. Now, what Congress says today is that Congress says that while Madhabi Puri Buch took up as a full-time chairperson assignment of SEBI in March 2022, which we have also spoken to you about, she still continued to own shares of a company called Agora Advisory, 99% shares of a company called Agora Advisory, which is against the law. It is conflict of interest. Now, that's not it. What the Congress says is this Agora Advisory, this Agora Advisory used to advise companies like SEMCorp, Visu Leasing and Finance, Pidilite, Mahindra and Mahindra, Dr. Reddy's and ICICI banks, and they would earn money from all of them. In fact, they say that 2.95 crores is what this company earned as advisors to these particular companies that I just spoke to you about, and out of which 88% was from Mahindra and Mahindra alone. The SEBI chief's husband received 4.78 crores between 2019 and 2021 from Mahindra and Mahindra and violated Section 11 of SEBI. This is what Congress claimed. Acha, what is the situation? Let us understand the situation a little more simply. वो क्या होता है ना, you see, this consultancy business is not like manufacturing business where you buy machinery and then you produce and that produce happens. So whoever is the chairperson and all doesn't matter. Once the machinery is set, your production line is set, then the produce comes out or whatever the manufacturing goods comes out perfectly well, and you can go to clients and you can go and give it to clients. Now, at one point in time, if the chairman wants to kind of hand it over to his son or his wife or his daughter or his nephew or his niece, he or she can, because what really happens is the manufacturing setup is lined up, everything is perfect. So whoever is the head now doesn't matter because the produce is ready. Acha, consultancy business aisa nahi hota hai. Consultancy business doesn't work that way. You see, I am an advertising consultant. You see, people come to me for my consultancy because of the relation that I built over 30 years of my advertising career with these people. Abhi issue kya hai ki I cannot hand that company over to my wife. It is not necessary that the person who comes to me for advice will go to her for advice because she may not do the same job that I do in advertising. If I hand it over to my son, it may not work because he may not be proficient enough in advertising to handle my clients. So the day I retire, my clients will say, okay, thank you, bye-bye, good night, and go. Because end of the day, they came to me for consultancy. So consultancy is a very person-to-person business. Number one. Number two, therefore, consultancy cannot be just handed over. कि ठीक है, कल से मैं नहीं consultant, कल से कोई और, मेरा बेटा consultant, मेरा बीवी consultant, ऐसा नहीं होता. Okay. Now, what really happens here is, earlier on, the same Agora business had come through. They had spoken about it. But at that point in time, Mrs. Buch had said that I have handed over the company to my husband. I have handed over all shares to my husband. Now, I am not in the board of Agora. I have no stakes of Agora. This is what Mrs. Buch had said. To which now Congress claims that she had the shares till 31st of March 2024. Matlab, just before 2 months she had the shares, even after becoming the chairperson of SEBI in 2022. So that is completely conflict of interest, complete conflict of interest. Acha. Secondly, like I told you, even if she has given to her husband, it doesn't sound right. You can't just hand over consultancy business overnight saying that tum consultant. So I am an orthopedic and my say wife is a dentist. I hand over my orthopedic consultancy to my wife and say abhi tu kal se dentist hai, parsu se orthopedic ban ja. It doesn't work that way, does it? So that's point number one. Point number two is, you see, why is Congress saying that it is conflict of interest? Look at companies, Semcorp, Visu Leasing and Financing, Pidilite, Mahindra and Mahindra, Dr. Reddy's, ICICI Banks. See, all these are listed companies. Listed companies, matlab they are listed with the stock exchange. What is SEBI? Security Exchange Board of India. It is a regulator. They are the people who are supposed to be looking and saying everything is okay, no, that is their job. And the okay, no head, if she start consulting the people who are listed companies, then to theek hai na. Then to theek hai. It is okay because she is getting paid or allegedly getting paid from these companies. That's where the problem is. That's where the problem is. And incidentally, she, or like Congress says, if her husband also gets paid by these companies, then unless and until you are very clear as to why the payment is happening, this is raising a lot of question marks. Lot of question marks. She having a flat which is being given to rent, she getting monies from ICICI Bank which she claims is pension. Lot of questions and lot of answering to do, which something that I'm looking forward for her to answer. Now let us look at the other side also. Let's be fair. You see, you remember that she had got income of 22,41,000 from ICICI Prudential between 2017 and 2014. ICICI came out with a response saying that the bank issued a clarification via a notice to the stock exchange asserting that the payments were made to Madhabi Puri Buch after her exit from the bank were purely retirement benefits, not salary of or employee stock options. So it was not ESOPs, it was purely retirement benefit, Baba. That is what ICICI said. Very clearly, ICICI mentioned that. Now, the Congress also, mind you, had claimed that Ms. Buch is getting rental income from a company called Carol Info Services Limited, which is affiliated to Wockhardt. Okay, a rental income of 2.16 crores. 2.16 crores of rental income she was getting. Now, you know what? Wockhardt was under scrutiny till 2023 for insider trading. Who is the chairperson of SEBI? Madhabi Buch. Who is she renting to? Wockhardt. Who is Wockhardt? Who is already been investigated for insider trading in 2023. But who are they investigated? SEBI. Is it all linking? Is it fair? You decide. Now, Wockhardt came out and said, no, nothing doing. We categorically deny these allegations and state that these are completely baseless and misleading. Wockhardt said, nothing doing. हमको कोई लेना देना नहीं है इससे. So this is what Wockhardt said. ठीक है ना? So this is where it happens. Now, let's also go to Mahindra and Mahindra. Mahindra and Mahindra Group clarified that Mahindra hired Mr. Dhawal Buch in 2019 specifically for his expertise in supply chain sourcing. They said that he joined Mahindra and Mahindra almost 3 years before Ms. Madhabi Puri Buch was appointed as SEBI chairperson. So Mahindra and Mahindra also said that हमारा कुछ नहीं है, हम लोग ने पहले से hire किया था and all of that. So they went on to say, let me just add this also, they went on to say that compensation has been specifically and only for Mr. Buch's supply chain expertise and management acumen based on the global experience in Unilever. We categorically state that we have not at any point requested SEBI for any preferential treatment. This also Mahindra said. So the allegations that were made, Mahindra clarified, Wockhardt clarified, ICICI Bank clarified. They said Mahindra had paid money to Dhawal. Mahindra said, boss, we paid Dhawal Buch only because of his expertise. He is too cool in his job. So we hired him and we paid money to him. And that is what the money is all about. Isme SEBI, we are not expecting any favors from SEBI, nor were we expecting any preferential treatment from SEBI. This is the story. This is what Congress said. And this were the clarifications that company gave. Theek hai na? Chalo, this is over. See, the problem is, a regulatory body is a body that takes care of our interest, your interest and mine, the common Indian's interest. It is the regulatory body like RBI that ensures that banks do not go kaput. It happens most of the time, but at least they are supposed to be ensuring that the bank do not go kaput and run away with the depositors' money. It is the RBI. So our hope, our life, our savings, everything, we are hoping that RBI comes through for us. So that's RBI. Likewise, SEBI. Thousands and crores of people investing, even small investors investing in shares, investing with the stock exchange. They are hoping that there is a SEBI that will ensure that at least people will not cheat. The shares going up and down and all is okay, but people will not cheat. There will be no insider trading. There will be no malpractices. SEBI है ना, ये सोच के हम invest करते हैं, small traders. Now, what happens if the SEBI chairman has companies, is supposed to have invested in some foreign companies, it is supposed to have given her his or her flat in for some companies which are already into trouble, which are already being scrutinized by SEBI for some huge amount, and his husband earning monies out of some companies which have been scrutinized, she earning money out of. How does it all sound? How does it all sound? And is it fair to the people of India? Is it fair to you and me? Whether what is right, what is wrong, but the fact remains that so many, one after another, and nothing that anybody is saying that aisa hua hi nahi hai, aisa kuch nahi hai. There are reasons they are saying this was not given for that, that is what the answer is. Nobody says that, no. Mahindra doesn't say, who Madhabi Buch? I don't know Madhabi Buch. Did anybody say that? No. Mahindra is saying that, no, we gave the money for his expertise. Could be true. Could be true. I am not disputing it. But if it is not, then? If it is not, then what? Miss Madhabi Buch says that, I have given my Agora company to my husband. I have given before I took over as chairperson. Arey, what given? If you are saying, if the company is given to the chair, 99% is given to the husband, but you are still running the company, how do we know that you are not? How do we know you are not? शेयर देने से मतलब कंपनी से अपना खुद का कंपनी से नाता तोड़ दिया, ऐसा होता है? You decide. Even if she has actually given the share, why hire a person who has funds, who had invested in Mauritius-based companies and that company had some relationship with Vinod Adani, and Vinod Adani had relationship with Adani Group, and why? Out of 140 crore, are there no other people who come with clean hands? No such track record. Isn't it only fair to say that, boss, our regulatory body should be run by somebody who is absolutely clean? No controversial background whatsoever. Isn't it too much to ask? That's the question I asked tonight. I want to end my editorial with a story. You see, there was a beautiful play by Vijay Tendulkar, which was loosely created on an actual event. The event was that in 1741, Nana Fadnavis, who was then a very senior minister with the Peshwa in Pune, Nana Fadnavis hired a man as the police chief of Pune. This police chief's name was Ghanshiram. Now, Ghanshiram was actually a thief before he became the police chief, but he had his ways. He did a lot of favors for Nana Fadnavis, and he won Nana Fadnavis' confidence. And Nana Fadnavis found a very convenient police chief in him, because वो करता था जो Nana Fadnavis को मांगता है. He would do what Nana Fadnavis says. So he said, ठीक है. He picked him up, a thief, and made him into the police chief of Pune. He was the police chief of Pune. Ghanshiram Kotwal was his name. Ghanshiram Kotwal was so corrupt that he completely decimated the city of Pune. Corruption was at its peak. People were picked up and thrown behind bars at a drop of a hat. He would do everything that is wrong and illegal. That was Ghanshiram Kotwal. He would always listen to whatever Nana Fadnavis wanted, and he always did what Nana Fadnavis told him. That he did. But otherwise, he would take money from every trader, every businessman, and got into things which was completely illegal and not befitting a police chief. He did everything. You know, this Ghasiram Kotwal single-handedly not only destroyed Nana Fadnavis's career and Nana Fadnavis's name, he destroyed the Pune Peshwai. He destroyed that entire kingdom. And finally, you know how Ghasiram was executed? People threw stones at him in Pune. You know why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you the story is to bring to your notice how important it is for a politician to appoint the right bureaucrat in the right place. A bureaucrat who comes with a clean hand. A bureaucrat who there is no conflict of interest. A bureaucrat who will go by the law and not by what the politician says. A bureaucrat who is honest to his chair and understands the duties and responsibilities of his chair. That is a kind of bureaucrat that a good politician should ensure sits in that chair. Because if it doesn't, if you have the wrong people sitting in that chairs, especially, chairperson of regulatory bodies, head of investigating bodies, head of police, they single-handedly can destroy the state, can destroy the country, and also can destroy the political career of the person appointing such people. This is what I would like to end my story with. Till I see you next time, that's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And before I end once again, before I say namaskar, let me tell you, you see, your subscription helps us. Your subscription helps us to understand that we reach you every day and we also reach more people through you. So please do subscribe to our channel. If you find our content good, lot of people do find our content good. So if you find our content good too, please do subscribe our channel. It'll help us and it'll help us grow. That's the point I wanted to make. Like I said, see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Namaskar.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.